Yo, 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 let's go on Ancient, guys. So, Ancient is really tough map, okay? Mm. I, as I said in last previous video, I don't like Ancient because people don't know how to default, especially on T side. But I'll cover up some points on CT side as well that a lot of people missing out. The best way again is to start T side. Is CT side map okay? Oh no, maybe start CT, okay? I think I like more things like to be harder at the end, so you can skip. But CT side. So CT side is rotation, mid player, A player, cave player, and B anchor. Okay, so it's like something like this. And the thing that again anchor points for for CT side is mid and B line. If you have those things, you won the round. And for T side anchor points, what is that? Obviously, mid and B line. So basically, teams are fighting for those, but advantage has CTs because this is CT side map. Because T's having spawns delayed, and CTs can throw like those insta really blocked utility stuff like this. So it's hard for CT side. I mean for T side as well. For like when you're going out of RAM, there's like a molly stuff like this. So that's the reason why CT side map. Let's start with. I'll be a little bit faster, okay? Let's start with the A anchor, okay? So A anchor can if A anchor no, he can throw for mid teammates like insta whatever. He don't need to, I guess. No, he shouldn't. My bad. Sorry. You shouldn't. The second mid player you should. Okay. So because A player needs for A mid, right? So A player like having startup position. He don't need to throw anything. He just like playing info and I also saw like this kind of process where you can apply it as like also you can go on this sign when you like going on this sign and then like on the boost. So you staying on the sign. You having money in your hand, and after that they you see. Can I take this molly, please? Boom. Okay. And after you see shadows, because obviously there is like a lamp, so you can see shadows. You throw the molly, and you jump down, and you're playing kind of like a close contacts. Um, so this is kind of like a good play, but you can just like find the positions that you like. Like, I mean, find the position that you should play. Um, you can play off angle backside. That means if they're going out, they can't spot you from this angle. They can spot you only after that, but most of the times people just like check like this and then check temple or whatever, and they'll not be prepared for you. You can play temple, you can play this, you can play brokey, you can maybe even like push. So yeah, depends. If you have shotgun or SMG, push. If you don't, then play just default positions. You again buying time. It's normally A anchor position, nothing special. Um, Mid player. Let's talk about mid right now. So classic mid player. Again, it depends like what you have it. If you're smoking deep and mollying close. So if you're doing this stuff, like you're always mollying close, always. And then you can like let's say play anti-flash, and you can play anti-flash, just play aggro, so you just like getting this space early, you check in, there is like a molly or a smoke, and you're the guy that is fighting B lane. You're the guy that is fighting B lane. You're the guy that is going most of the times to donut. Like he going there and then like playing anti-flash, jump in donut and just play from donut. You're the mid guy. You're like the aggro player, the first player the T will spot if they're going out mid. Nothing that crazy, right? And for the rotation player, which is Opera, he is supporting. So what he does is that he's smoking deep insta. So you should learn it, or he molly deep if you don't know insta. That's also the option. And depends. Right now you can just like flash like this on left side, so this guy can just easily swing mid. You need to discuss it, or you can just like, if you get a smoke, you can HE and fight for it. You can maybe even go like out, you know, and just like fight. You're like a kind of like a secondary guy that is like helping the mid guy to basically get to his position. If you're playing kind of like a passive setup, then you can just watch for him like heaven. This rotation is also playing Donut a lot of times. Not early, but like, you know, depends on the if you're playing passive or not. And what I want to tell is that he's rotating to B. If the mid player is B lane, you know, you took B lane. This guy has only one thing, and that's hold mid. So this guy can rotate and help others to take B lane by supporting them. So again, he throwing utils like smoke doors, molly noob position, and flash for teammates. 2 teammates are pushing through ramp, taking B lane. If everyone has a B lane and everyone has a mid, then CTs are happy and it's A side. Okay, so moving on B side, starting as a ramp player is easier, so let's start with him. Ramp player, what he does is that early he throws molly ramp and he chillin'. He chillin' on long most of the times. He can go ninja, he can play side. You need to read what enemy they bought basically. You can jump spot, you can do some boost, stuff like this. Again, you're anchor, you buying time for your teammates. And yeah, that's basically all. I don't know what can I say more. Last thing is cave player. Cave player is throwing molly from right like this, the B lane molly. This is the most annoying molly as fuck. Like what I hate on FaZe is that if like people know this molly. As a T-side player, if they're not throwing this annoying B lane molly, then you have this free space. But if they throw it, you can throw the smoke, but you're kind of like a split up and you kind of like a fucked up, right? This molly is as well good because after you throw, you're going and you hear if they smoke it or not, so you can like react. If they don't smoke it, you can play aggro because obviously you know that T's can be behind the molly, but that's all. They don't have this space. So that's the reason why the molly is so powerful, and that's the reason why if the cave player don't know the molly, then he can like a disadvantage himself. And that's basically the point. In pushing cave, I would recommend to maybe sometimes if they have kind of like a low bar or something, you expect B rush, throw this molly and play like a side, you know, play anti-flash and watch out for B push. And you can play cave a little bit passive, or you can maybe even like push it because you know that they can't be in cave yet. Okay. Other stuff is other thing is basically that you need to tell your mid players if you have heaven or not. Because if you have this area of map, then those guys, then the rotation can rotate. Because this mid player is holding only this mid cross. And that comes the advantage for T-side in that moment, is that they can smoke in mid round cheetah. I don't know how you call it, guys, but I call it cheetah, this one. And then that means that this guy will spam, but he don't know. So rotation is rotating towards mid, and then you're executing towards B. Okay, it's kind of like a mind games a little bit, but it's kind of like a tricky one. But if you think about it, then it's kind of good, right? And also what to play for position. So I would recommend to play this off angle when you crouch and you hold like this. Nobody's expecting that. I get always kills, and what is the best thing about it is that even if you get 1 kill, you can stay in this position because they don't know how to call this position. They'll call left, but you still have an off angle. So that's kind of good. That's basically all. Also, yeah, I forgot this. If they take a mid, you can smoke the molly, and you can peek from B lane mid like this. It's also the option. Let's talk about T side. So T side is scuffed, or I don't know how to tell it. Like, it's so bad on Face It. Free B lane. Most of the times it's only 2. And 2 mid. Or one mid, 1 A. Okay, this is like a rotation between A main and mid. Depends. No, I mean early. He's playing A main, okay? Let's play like this. So, obviously depends. If you take a mid, then you're using like 3 players to take. This guy is as well not going A main this round. And 1 player is supporting them. And this guy is just holding for pushes. So it's 3 going. Or this guy can go from heaven as well. But the default of defaults is the 3 B lane, 1 mid, and 1 A main, okay? So, let's start with the 3 B. What are they doing on B, okay? No, let's start on mid. Because mid is kind of like just connecting everything. So I need to tell you first. So mid player, if you're playing mid as a T, obviously depends what they're throwing. I don't want to leak my new stress for like double molly. If they're throwing double molly, you can gonna easily counter it, but I don't want to leak it right now. Maybe I'll tell you in another video. But basically, as a T player, your default should be HE of this wall right there. So whoever going for that, he will get like fucking full HE and they will respect it next round. And depends. Right now you can molly Africa and play aggro. But if they have a heavy mid, that means they know how to play mid, then you shouldn't do it, and you should molly heaven instead. And if you do that, you can go and chill out behind the smoke. What it does is that first, CTs are respecting this HE next round, so they'll try to like avoid it and like be a little bit slower. And next time, next thing is that if they get heaven molly, they can't smoke it, because if they smoke it, they can't peek it. So like it doesn't have a purpose of it. So they need to wait. That's all they can do basically. And that's basically the reason why you're throwing the molly, is to buying time, so mid players can't peek early. Okay. As a mid player, mid round, after B lane players are in position, he's taking mid with you. So he's basically like the mid player and trying to like fight for mid. But this comes in a later round though. And B lane players, they're basically playing that 1 is a ramp player and 2 are like one. Yeah, depends on spawn, you know, and depends if you're playing Toloki or not. But what is the point is that 2 players taking Cheetah early. 1 is smoking, the second guy is smoking the molly, the annoying molly that we talk about. And basically after that he's trading. So this guy's pushing, you don't need to worry about mid because you have molly. And after you have Cheetah, you kind of like it's really OP, you have Cheetah, you know, and you can just chill out there. It's kind of like a safe point. And this guy is supporting them. So those guys running cave, this guy is throwing flashes in the corner so they can peek, they will not get blind. And after that he just instantly go back and just hold for any ramp push. Then you basically, what you have right now is that you have this and you have this. Oh wait, what the, bro? Fuck man, I don't want to draw this, sorry. So you have this and you have this, okay? What the fuck? So this is really good because you have safe spot, or how to call it. This is safe spot right now. Nobody can take you right now the spot, like nobody. It's so OP. And I would also recommend, if you're right now in Cheetah, you can play like beside this lamp, like next to this lamp, crouch and hold this off angle. Really OP off angle. Nico holds it. Also made a video for it if you want to watch out. If you want to check it out, I meant. And you can hold for any re-aggressions, but most of the time CT will not do it because it's really risky for CTs. If you have a Cheetah, then you want to take mid. So 2 are going in heaven. one is going from mid, taking mid control. That means smoking red room, you know, this guy. Then this bottom guy can like molly behind donut, taking donut space. And then if you have this, then you have kind of like everything. Right? You've kind of like everything. You connecting with everything, right? And for these players, it's also really good to just like take cave afterwards. I make a video on it how to do how to clear every corner in cave, so you can check it out. And after you have cave, you basically have everything, because they have only this space on B side. They basically don't have cave, they don't have ramp. On mid, they don't have anything, and this scenario is GG. I didn't mention A player because A player is activated only when players have some basically map control. So if you want to go A, then you're going A. If you want to go B, then you throw some utils for fake and rotate it back. But you shouldn't go out because obviously of the shadows. You can also support your mid players. A mid player, I meant. And you're just chilling. Like, you're just not doing anything. Because if you're going out, they spot your shadow first, so they have advantage. And it's so like easy to just not play. Sometimes you can lurk out because A player could leave if it's some heavy B pressure or something. But it depends on the team. So if you're playing pucks as a player, then I would recommend to play mid with your mate and just trade him. Or you can search up if you want, if they don't have op. If they have op, it's deadly for you, shouldn't do it. That's all.